What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and thank y'all for tuning in. We're coming to you post-race from round 5 of Pro Motocross on 4th of July at America's Racetrack here at Redbud. Awesome day of racing as always. We had tons of rain last night, and honestly, the track crew did an insanely, unbelievably great job of getting a raceable track for us. But I think we're in for a real treat on this track walk because those wet conditions created what I am pretty sure are by far the gnarliest conditions at a national that I've seen, at least in a while. So I think this is going to be a really fun one for you guys to actually watch and just see what these guys are dealing with, and just be amazed at how easy they make it look, because I promise it's the complete opposite. But we'll do our track walk first, then we'll do a quick race review after that. And before we get into all that, got to thank the channel sponsors. They make these trips possible. Then we'll get into the video.
Huge thank you to ASV Inventions, home of the unbreakable lever and the new S1 series single pivot adjustable lever. Sirius Studio, they can take care of all your merch needs. The DesignLabCo.com, they got some great designs in their lab at their co. On Track School, they got the best homeschooling programs on the east and the west of the Mississippi. They can help you chase your dreams while you get an education. And last but not least, Maynard Racing Performance. They can get you dialed in with some gold valves and get her nice and plush for you. Feel like you're riding on a cloud. I have links and discount codes and all that fun stuff in my video description, and if you guys are supporting them, you're supporting me. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoy.
This has got to be the best dirt on the planet, on Mother Earth, and check my shoes out. I just tried to cross from over there to get a view of this first corner, and I got stuck like Chuck. But who put a damn landmine in this thing? There was a first turn pileup every moto today. Jump down the first hill. I think Michael Lessie is still being run over. What a disaster. Then a little option inside into fluff, then ice, or outside into the exact same combo. And this double is not big at all, but the face is ice. Guys are on scoops, and it is so technical. Yeah, come on, Deegs, we went over this. Again? Really, bro? Man, you're mad about me clickbaiting you, but you keep giving me reasons. Oh yeah, for sure. The black turn is always a good time. Pick a rut, crisscross a couple times, and just pray you make it out alive. Whew. Looks like a hell of a time. Not a good one. I mean, brother, inside China, outside and middle, more chop and ruts. Chop all the way through, basically a dragon's back into one of the biggest jumps on the track. Yeah. Land this big ass triple that's actually got a quad extension landing. And some more pick one and pray, corduroy pants, more lines than a college frat house national. I'm out of breath from running up here. This is still before the second 450 moto. They're not even done yet. Hop, skip, and a yacht down this hill. Oh my. I couldn't be any happier to not be out here riding this. No shot. Gosh, this is insanely brutal. This is a survival national, literally. Redbud! Just a wasteland. They should have amateur day on the same track. No prep, no choice. I'm telling you, the average rider probably wouldn't even make it to the top of this hill. I sometimes exaggerate in these videos. I get excited. It really is gnarly, but this is another level. 450 Sight Lab's about to be coming at us. This is crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen such peg draggers. Let's go down in there. Oh my Lanta. Higher than knee high. For sure, dude. Very rideable. But somehow these guys race it and make it look way too easy. Land the Hayden Deegan Memorial. Land on the Lapper's bike. Wad up. Tabletop, and then this is another one of the very rare flatter sections of the track, but don't worry, it gets worse. This is so hard to do before the dozers get out there and flatten it all, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm about to get the entire track.
Overall, motor scores a third and a second. the number 26.
Chop all the way up through here, and look at this hard base. The guys had no choice whatsoever but to use the scoop because of all the deep stuff, but then you get to this and you're riding on an ice rink with no side bite. Shred the Mons wall like whoop-ow. Another one of the few flat spots on the track, but this wasn't flat. No shot. If that's flat, then so's a pair of double Ds.
It could be a very interesting event. Obviously, when we were together all on a sort of event.
Down to the bottom of this corner was just prep too, but it takes almost no time for stuff to get in Gnarls Barkley at Redbud, especially with all the rain. That was clearly in our contract last night. There's mud, push 6 or 9 feet off the side of the track. If you go too wide, you're getting stuck, but it was a great track, all things considered. There's some sneaky rocks at this place. A little red dilla. Mud bud earlier, red dilla now. Place is taking many forms today. And the main one is gnarly. Actually, this is one of the best sections on the track, straight up. Damn, brother, those things are in there. I can't even help you guys out for next year.
You know, you're getting closer to the start leading lap, which is good, and you feel whole side, and you're getting there.
Inside, outside, it's so deep, you're going down to China in either one, and then sand rollers, zapping the energy. I'm kind of running out of words to say on these things. It's the same mental stuff, just a different weekend. But this might be the most mental of them all. What a challenge this track was. If you made it 30+2 around this, you are an animal. Fans are losing it. And I would have lost it if I had to ride this track today or race it. I wouldn't have been able to race it. Riding's the best I could have done. Land this floater tabletop where Jordan Smith did the K-Dub transfer into the Abyss a year or two ago.
Man, those guys
Pick a line, don't bother praying, won't do you any good.
Obviously, Jorge Prado had a spectacular ride to
Rut City, and somehow Jet's mutant ass doubled this into the corner. Just landed up there, put the bad cankle out, and figured it out when he got there. It was insane. And they actually prepped this before that last 450 moto. I think they wanted the big dogs to bark up over the leap. But even still, they just prepped it 30+2, and it's gnarly. There's only 2 lines left. Earlier there was 6 or 9, but this is what makes the leap so hard. The corner is a full-blown, like, mud bog. It's so deep. I mean, get on the back fender and stretch this puppy. And people that haven't been here don't understand. This landing is massive. You might as well be jumping over a house and onto the backside of the roof. One of the biggest yachts on the circuit, Larocco's Leap. Big ass send. You don't want to lawyer up. We've had a few people do it, but yeah, this jump is so hard. I've done it a few times, and it's definitely the coolest jump I've ever done. Bash to the sand rollers, post leap. Some more holes. And some more ruts. Little inside single, outside no single. Rail that and right into the finish line. JT getting in some post race for the cock, but back onto the start straight, sweep back into this thing and back into turn 1, and that's a lap around Redbud. All right, now some quick thoughts on the race. We're chilling on the backstop behind the start here at Redbud, but awesome day of racing. I feel like it wasn't a very 4th of July national because we had like all international guys on the podium except for Ryder D holding it down for us, but yeah, total international domination on America's birthday, but sometimes you'll have that. Good guys come from everywhere in this sport. It's actually really cool to see, but starting with the 450 class, it was kind of all over the place today. I mean, we had Prado really good early. We had Hunter really good all day. And then we had Jet a little bit up and down. Had a win in the first moto and that comeback in the second moto. But the overall win went to the 96, Hunter Lawrence. And I think he might have gotten the points lead back. And Hunter was just the man today. I mean, that first moto, he sat back there in third for a while, then to second. And he just methodically made his way right onto the back of Jet, blew right by him. And it looked like he was going to take him to Gapplebee's and just get the win pretty easy. But yeah, last lap crash all by himself. Very uncharacteristic. It's so rare that you see a guy like that just throw away the win all on his own. And he was pissed after the first moto. I mean, really both of them actually. I guess Jet swatted the TV camera out of the way, said that's enough. They were both throwing a fit after the first moto. But after the second moto, it all buffed out. Hunter got the overall. And yeah, he's still got so much momentum through this whole year. I mean, he just seems like he keeps on getting better and better. And there's still been a few of those small mistakes, but I feel like we'll hopefully get past that. I mean, he's definitely clearly a contender for this thing, so I think he and Jet are going to go down to the end, and it's going to be a battle of the brothers, that's for sure, but Hana on top, and then really good day for Jorge Prado in second. I'm tempted to call him George, but yeah, I'm just kidding, actually. He had an awesome ride, really great at the beginning and through the middle of both motos, but
Towards the end, he seemed to lose a little bit of steam. I don't know if maybe it's mental, physical, just trying to get used to these tracks. Who knows? I'm not anyone that can talk crap about anybody fading, but he just didn't quite have it at the end of the motos, and that was the difference between him getting the win and not, because in the second moto, he was out of there. I feel like he had that thing. It was about served up to him on a silver platter, but just lost a little bit of steam midway towards the end. Hunter got around him, and that was all she wrote. He dropped him really quick, and still a really good day for Prado. A second, he ties his best finish of Pro Motocross. He got another second at Fox Raceway at the beginning of the year, so some good progress for Prado today, better than the last few motos. And then rounding out the podium, a 1 and a 5 for Jet Lawrence. A bit of an uncharacteristic day. You don't usually see him get the whole shot and then lose straight up like that, so that was a little bit weird, but he still got lucky, got a huge gift, and got that first moto win, so I'm sure he was very thankful for that, even though he wasn't acting like it. But second moto, he was in a pretty good spot, had an early crash, then had another crash, so not what we're used to seeing out of the Jet at all, but he had a crazy good charge through the pack. He kind of got stalled out behind Marchbanks, but yeah, it was really fun watching him pick through the pack and just pick the track apart. I mean, this was one of the gnarliest tracks I've ever seen, so it was really fun to be trackside and just see all these guys' technique up close. But that was your podium. Fourth overall was Rick James doing it for America, and he was solid all day long, just a little bit off that top pack, but he was digging, charging every time I saw him, full send all the time, and really good day for Rick, top American in the 450 class, holding it down for the Stars and Stripes. And then rounding out the top 5, another top 5 for Garrett Marchbanks. The dude is just an outdoor killer on the 450. We're still struggling a little bit with the starts, but it's been in his contract for quite some time, so it's not anything that is new for him or anything like that, but still he's been charging, making tons of passes, riding really well all season, making that Kawasaki look good in the top 5. And then last guy we'll talk about in this 450 class is Hayden Deegan, down in the first corner in the first moto, and it took him forever to get up. I mean, like 3 to 5 business days. Didn't really seem to be a whole lot of rushing in the program there, but once he did get back out there, got the bike all straightened up, he just picked his way through the pack like nobody's business, all the way into the top 10 in Moto 1, and then pretty lonely third place in Moto 2, just kind of rode around behind Prado and Hunter, and didn't really have many challenges, didn't give much of a challenge to those guys. So qualifying was good for Deegan. He was second, and he was only 0.3 off Jet, but then that first turn crash really took the wind out of his sails. So I feel like there were some moments of progress from the Deegs, but at the end of the day, the results still about the same. Then we'll jump into the 250 classes. I actually found a better angle to show off the sponsors. Thank you, Sirius Studio. But yeah, 250 class, overall win for Cole Davies with a 1-2. Yeah, these guys might be in trouble letting this guy get some momentum. He had 3 moto wins in a row. Couldn't quite hold off Sushi in that second moto. A lot of people have talked about how maybe the heat could get to him. I think maybe even Ben Townley's talked about that. So that could be something to watch out for in the rounds going forward. But it was pretty humid today, and he got the job done still with a 1 and a 2, and I'm pretty sure he's your points leader now. So really good run of momentum for Davies. I mean, ever since the gate dropped at High Point, nobody besides Shimoda in that second moto have really had anything for him. So he's looking good for this thing. I mean, if he can limit the mistakes and limit the bad days and just stay consistent, then I feel like he's going to be your champ. But shoot, Sushi's looking really good for this thing moving forward, as he got a second overall and a moto win in that second moto. And this dude, he just does not get tired. He's got 2 jobs and everything. And first moto, really bad start. He was buried back there for quite a while and then made a really good late race push. He's always so good late race. I don't know what it is about the guy, but he's just got energy for days. He could do a 3 to 5 business day moto and he'd be fine. But Davies first, Shimoda second. I feel like those two could be starting to break away to be the couple of championship contenders, unless Kitchen can kind of regain his early season form that he had. Then we had a third from Ryder D, the only American that got himself a piece of box on the 4th of July. What a travesty, but really great ride from Ryder D. I think it might have even been his first outdoor podium. So this is something that he's seemed to be working himself towards all season. I mean, Supercross was good, outdoors. Even when the results haven't been great, he's been riding really well. He's just maybe had some issues and bad starts and stuff like that. So really cool to see Ryder D put it together when it's time today and get himself on the box. You'd love to see that. And then a really good day for the Husky guys in general, besides Dax Bennick. But 4th place was Casey Cochran. I thought he was actually going to get himself on the box, but Ryder D snuck in there, tied him for it, but got him on the second moto score. But really awesome day for Cochran. He's had such a rough run, man. It's been injury after issue after crash. I mean, even the beginning of the season was just a crash fest for the guy. But 2 weekends ago at High Point and today, he's put together a couple of really good days. So I feel like that's some awesome momentum for Casey Cochran to just get him pointed in the right direction, because it's hard, when things are going that bad, it's easy to let him spiral out of control, and it's really hard to break out of it. So huge shout out to Casey Cochran for putting in some good results. And then rounding out the top 5 in the 250 class was Levi Kitchen. I think they all tied for third, 3 through 5, and Kitch was on the bad end of it. I think he got a 5th or a 6th in the second moto, and yeah, it's getting down to the nitty gritty for Kitchen. He's put himself in some really good positions the last couple of weeks, and he's had some mistakes, had some crashes, and he's thrown away a handful of points because of it. So he's really got to minimize those mistakes and get it together, and really just put his best foot forward every single moto and maximize his result and points that he gets. Because Shimoda and Davies, you know, they've been coming on really strong. They've been putting in some consistent results. So Levi, the trend isn't super awesome right now. You know, he was really good to start those first 3 rounds, but rounds 4 and 5 haven't been the best. So he's going to have to rebound quick or else he might be in trouble. And then last guy about this 250 class, Caden Dudney. Awesome, unbelievable ride for the rookie. I thought he was going to win that first moto. Looked like he had it, but then Davies pulled the trigger at the very end and got the win and made the move on him. But second moto, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe just a really bad start, a first lap crash. Who knows? There's so much that goes on back there. You could kill a man back in the 20s and get away with it. But yeah, really good first moto, not such a good second moto, but he's a rookie. You'll have that in their contract from time to time. And I still thought it was a great day from him. But yeah, that's all I got from you guys from Redbud. I'm absolutely smoked. I can't even believe I made it this far, but I have a lot of content coming at you guys in the next few days. Stay tuned. You know, when we come to these things, we bring you guys as much as we possibly can. So we did nothing different this weekend, and that's a wrap on this video. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Free of choice.